Sammy, Courtney, welcome to the Always Better Than Yesterday podcast. How are you?
Thank you. We're really good.
Yeah, we are good. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's great to have you. We were just saying off air, weren't we? How Sammy has the most supportive dad in the world. Shout out to John.
He's amazing.
Good old dad.
Amazing. I'm really excited to have a great conversation. I think you guys are doing some really cool things in the world. But first, please introduce yourselves.
So we are Sammy and Courtney, aka Grayskitz.
Yeah.
I'm 20. I forgot how old I am. 22. How old are you?
I'm 21. Yeah, just turned 21.
We met at uni. It's about 3 years now, isn't it, when we met? And we started doing TikTok in lockdown, and it's just all gone a bit crazy. And yeah, it's just gone from there, really, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been a bit of a mad one.
I was doing some prep this morning, just having a look at some of your content, and I was listening to your videos, and my kids were like looking over my shoulder, having a laugh at some of the things that you guys are doing. And before we get into the kind of lockdown, the TikTok stuff, like, help us get to know you guys a bit better. Talk to us a little bit about kind of your journeys that you've been on.
Yeah, so obviously I've always, I think since about like year 8, I've always had some sort of passion with drama, because my older brother George, shout out George, he's more of an academic, and I'm more of I would say more of a creative person, but I always seem to thought like, I wasn't clever. Like, when you're younger, you always kind of think, get good GCSEs, get good like A levels, all that sort of stuff. But when I was about year 8, I was still a bit like, what is my place? I'm not very good at science, not very good at maths. Like, what is my place? And then I met a drama teacher, and she saw like that I was very good at it, and I've never found something that I was good at. So then I started to pursue that from there. And then obviously I went to uni, studied drama at uni, and then I found this person here. And then from there we just like, had a relationship. You don't want to see all the romance stuff, but yeah. And then it just turned into TikTok, and then we kind of jumped on that. But I don't know if you want to add anything to it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the same as you at school. I love drama and stuff. I was actually a bit of a geek at school, not gonna lie. I was quite like the clever like girl at school, so I loved it. But I always loved drama. I loved acting. Always wanted to be on stage. I was very confident in that way, but yet in myself I wasn't very confident. So I almost found it to be like a bit of an escape. Like if you were acting, it's not you, so you can feel as somebody else. That doesn't really make sense, but yeah. So obviously I've always loved it, and that is where, when we met, we had so much in common, such a passion about the same things, and I think that's why we decided to give TikTok a go. It was a bit of a joke, but we worked very well together, I think, because of our similarities, but also because of our differences. We can kind of level each other out, and it's just a great little teamwork thing we've got going on, isn't it?
Yeah, tell me about it.
I love it. So I think the numbers going to talk for themselves. I think your first post is like 3 days before the first official lockdown, like the 20th of March or something like that.
Yeah,
there are hundreds. Like, you guys are showing up. I thought I was consistent, and I showed up. Like, you guys have been showing up, and it's like, what is it, 1.8 million followers at this moment? What a responsibility that is. Like,
I know.
that is a lot of eyeballs.
Yeah.
And Sammy's a very big perfectionist, which is absolutely amazing, but I'm a little bit more laid back. So like I said, like, we're quite good at kind of leveling each other out and reminding each other of little things that we should remember to do or shouldn't do. So it is a big responsibility, but we have a lot of fun with it, so we don't mind.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I ventured into TikTok for a little bit, but like, unlike you, Sammy, I don't find myself to be that creative. Like, that's not my gift and my skill set. Like, how did you guys come to a point of like, this was going to be your art, this was going to be your creation? Like, you said it was fun to start with. Was there a point that you thought, oh, maybe there's something to this?
Yeah, well, obviously at the time, like you say, 21st of March we started. Obviously it was a bit of a joke, like Courtney said. It was kind of, we were all in lockdown. We didn't know what to do. We thought, why not? Like, Courtney was actually on TikTok first. I was like, I ain't going on that. That's not for me. You know what I mean? But so then obviously we started creating content just as a joke. I think everyone says just as a joke, but it was generally just as a joke.
It's a bit of fun.
And then it gradually, we kind of like posted our first video, and I even remember this to the day. We like posted it on my phone, and then I think within 30 minutes it was like 20,000 likes, and as 20,000 views, sorry. And then as of someone who we're not used to that, we're just like everyday people, we were like 20,000 views. I've never got that. I did YouTube when I was about 13, and I got about 10. Do you know what I mean? So
I still get about 10.
Yeah, yeah. So obviously we were like, whoa, there's obviously something here that we could explore. And then obviously at the time you were doing your dissertation, because Courtney was in 3rd year, and I think
stuck in lockdown. Like.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to like build upon that, but obviously I was a bit like, cool, let's do it. And
yeah,
like,
to be honest, I'll be totally frank with you. I was like, this isn't going anywhere. It's a bit of fun. I need to focus on getting my degree done. And Sammy, for some reason, had this like thing, we need to do it, Courtney. You know, come on, we can do it. And I was like, Sammy, I'm doing a dissertation here. This is serious stuff, you know. This is my career. And he's like, no, Courtney, come on. And anyway, I listened to him and I was like, all right, we'll do one. We wasn't doing too many at the time. It was probably a couple of weeks. But obviously, yeah, the numbers started to grow. And then it got to a point, obviously, I'd finished my dissertation then. And we were like, right, let's just give it a go then. We've got nothing else to do. And it just blew up, really, didn't it?
Yeah, because we were in a bit of like a stalemate, because Courtney knew that I still had a year left at uni, because so she was going to come with me to uni anyway. So she knew that she couldn't dive straight into work, whatever, because she wanted to be like, to go, oh, how cute. Wow.
Inseparable.
But so we kind of just thought, why don't we, while I'm at uni, why don't we just give it a go this year to give it a go? And even though it was hard, a lot of people would say, you know, like, oh, lockdown was like not great, but it was actually great for us because I had uni, but we could be at home because we weren't allowed to be out there.
It allowed us to follow our dreams.
Yeah, so we used the year where I had to be doing uni to grow a potentially big business, if that makes sense. And
we were very lucky.
Yeah, call it a bit of luck.
I think sometimes that luck requires that bit of preparation and hard work, and you found your break, I think, is the way I prefer to kind of see luck. And with the Olympics this year, were you disappointed to see that like shopping in Aldi wasn't featured?
Honestly, yes.
Yes, that should be an Olympic sport. It should.
Honestly, I think that was one of your early videos that went viral.
Yeah,
right?
That was one of the first viral videos, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one of the ones where like when it happened, because I kind of study all the data, because obviously in TikTok you have like data and analysis, so I study all that, and from there I could kind of tell like this was going somewhere, like it was too much of a steep curve that even if it started to plateau, it would still be okay.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was one of the ones that kind of fueled us to go further.
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because I think, you know, particularly there's so many people I talk to that when they come to social, like numbers are some things that can sap the joy out of creation. Like, how have you been able to keep motivated, keep inspired, and creating? Because when the numbers get bigger, I guess they become more distracting in some way, do they?
Yeah.
I think I was bad at this, but you were good.
I used to have a go at him every day. He was like, Courtney, we've posted this video and it's only got this many views and this many. I was like, Sammy, calm down. Like, we're doing something that we love. And as long as we're posting stuff that we think is good, and, you know, we're passionate about the idea and we think the idea is funny ourselves and we had fun making it, that's all that matters. Numbers are just there. Like, you can't focus too much on that, because you're going to get your ones that do go viral, and you're also going to get ones that are maybe not, you know, what everybody like can relate to, or, you know, some people might not like that video. That's absolutely fine. Like, and you have to remember that it might not last forever. I'm very aware of that, and I think I'm not going to be pessimistic about it, because I'm loving it, and I'm very positive about it, and I think we could take it to something else. But I'm also very aware that this is just something that we're living in the moment. We're having fun. We're able to make a little bit of a business out of it. And it's just good to just be happy and just not worry about it. You know, you're just a bit of a stress head.
Couldn't put it better myself.
Well, you know, I like to, you know, show people how you can make a living by doing what you love. So many people think it's a pipe dream, and yes, it's hard work, But I'd love to hear some of the ways with which you're now able to make a business through doing what you love and TikToking.
Yeah, so obviously through TikTok specifically, obviously there's the creator fund, and obviously that pays from, I think it's really bad. It's like well, it's in cents, but 4 cents every 1,000 views. But that's like, we call that like kind of like pocket money. At the start, we kind of used to see it as like that was our kind of earnings, because you've got to think, when you start a business, even though TikTok's is a different entity, but when you start a business, you're not going to make crazy amounts straight away. It's there. Obviously, there's a long end goal, but like, I never really believe there is an end goal, because it can constantly evolve. But so obviously that was our sole kind of income, because at the start, I don't know if you remember with TikTok, there was a lot of controversy of like, obviously, like, you know, all that sort of stuff with data protection and everything. But as that kind of started to die down and TikTok kind of paved its own path in the social media world, we started to, like, you know, more brands would start to get in contact, and then we'd start to like kind of build a portfolio from, you know, working with Dell, NatWest, soon to be Cartoon Network, like so I think after that, that's where we like earn our sole income, don't we, from like clients and advertisements. But yeah
that's epic, isn't it? Because I think, you know, there'd have been people that would have gone, oh, you know, it's, you know, Instagram have got story feature, they're taking over the reels now, TikTok's not going to hang. TikTok don't look like it's going away anytime soon, and we're talking about just the last 18 months for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? We have noticed that over time there's just been so many more brands that want to give TikTok a go. It's a new form of advertisement. You know, you used to, like TV, it's kind of, I hate to say it, 'cause it's probably a bit controversial, but I think TV is a dying thing personally. Social media is taking over the world, and people are starting to realize that. So, you know, if you can put something, anybody could do social media. You know, if you love something, you can post it to social media, and that can then be monetized into a career. If you love to dance, you can do dances on TikTok, whatever. It doesn't have to be TikTok. Like, there's so many ways of earning money through social media and doing what you love. You just need to know what you love, really, don't you?
And like, you've got to think, like, who sponsored the Euros? Like, it was TikTok. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, for something as big as that, they've got to be pretty prevalent. And not only that, for people starting out, you don't have to be, you know, get these big brand deals like Cartoon Network or anything. Like, you've got loads of different opportunities. Like, when we first started, we worked with a company who kind of deal like with loads of influencers, but they do apps. So obviously you'd be like, oh, I want to do this app campaign, and then you just post a video. So you don't, it's not like companies are specifically picking you. You're just in this network, and you can make a little bit of money. So like, if I'm being honest, I think anyone could do it.
Yeah.
Like it's limitless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is.
That's amazing. It's all through the power of this.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've all got access to it. Do you ever have moments like where you think, well, you've been doing it long enough now, so maybe not, but maybe that kind of, oh, you know, my creation is going to be judged. What are people going to think? Does that ever become a thing?
Not so much on TikTok, but I think we've been quite lucky because we've created characters. So we're very detached from what we actually post, because you know, if somebody doesn't agree with the video, it's fine. It's not us, it's Timmy. it's not me, it's Karen. So it's fine. Like, we feel very detached. But me and Sammy actually hate posting on Instagram now, because I think because we've got so used to posting these characters, these wacky ideas, that, to be honest, people don't really have a bad thing to say about them. When we do post on Instagram and it's a little bit more about us and, you know, all the fashion side of things, that is when we do get a little bit more like, oh God, like, we're going to get judged here. Like, we can't post that. It's a bit cringy. And we do get, not everybody gets hate, but we do get hate on Instagram.
Yeah.
But yet TikTok, hardly, I don't think we've ever got hate on TikTok.
Yeah, but like, the way I see it is like, you have like different social medias are for different kind of audiences.
Yeah.
TikTok for us is a very like young audience. Like, we're trying to capture a very young audience, and obviously when you're like creating content for younger audiences, they don't really see sort of like a jealousy there. There's no sort of like jealousy because they just see you as like Beyonce. Do you know what I mean?
Oh God, we've got the sun shining through. Like. Let me close that blind.
But yeah, so obviously when you go to Instagram, which is more of an older, maturer audience, and the normalization of Instagram is, you know, to be perfect. Whereas I think on TikTok, me and Courtney tried to push you don't have to be perfect. You can almost be imperfect to be perfect, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I really enjoy the characters. Like, where did your inspiration for those characters come from?
Well, there was actually a little bit of a trend going around when we first joined TikTok. There was this like this little trend going around where you pretend to walk into your mum and dad's bedroom at night and be sick. I don't know if that's like really weird. But like, I feel like everybody's done that, you know, when you're little and you go in like, Mom, and we saw that and we thought, that's so funny. Like, everybody relates to childhood and we've all done the same kind of thing. So then we kind of just thought, well, maybe we should do a mother and son kind of video based around stuff that everybody did in childhood or that everybody can relate to. And that's kind of where it sprung from. We didn't even have a name for Timmy at that point. It was literally just a son character and a mum. It was so basic. We look back and we're like, God, that video was horrendous. But it can't have been that bad because it seemed to got us where we are now. So yeah, I suppose that's where the initial inspiration came from.
Yes.
Don't know if you need to add anything.
No, it was incredible, honestly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It is good. I remember I was because you do a number of features, your childhood memories, and I was watching one of the American ones earlier, and it must have been the driving lesson. And it was it was funny, and I think you do pick up on some very universal things. It's where does your inspiration, like, because you've posted so much over the time, like, how do you stay inspired? How do you stay inspired and energized to create?
That is probably one of the biggest challenges for us, isn't it? To keep thinking of new ideas and not necessarily just new ideas, stuff that everybody's going to watch and love. It is hard. I do sit there. What we tend to do is every Sunday, we both sit down and just be like, what can we do that everybody will love, and just rack our brains for like hours and try and come up with the week's videos. But we've also we've watched comedy, like comedians, like stand-up shows and stuff like that. Like Peter Kay is a really good one because he does a lot of very relatable stuff. Yeah, but it's quite hard, I'll be honest. It is hard to stay, you know, inspired and but we just tend to like go back to our childhood, try and think of things that we've done. I have I've got 4 sisters, so I always ask them, oh, that you always do, or I watch my niece, she's only 5, and some of the stuff she comes out with, I think that's what Timmy would say. It's just being inspired by your surroundings and by your memories and trying to take yourself back, but it's hard. Yeah,
because like coincidentally, like your niece, who's 5 years old, she gave us the idea, which was one of our best ideas, which is when kids are brutally honest.
Yeah.
So as a 5-year-old, you don't really have kind of like feelings of like what other people think. So honest, when we came up with like you say, the feature of when kids are brutally honest, I think all of those videos got over 1 million views, and we've got to thank a little 5-year-old for that. So obviously,
we've got a loads of sweets. So there you go.
Yeah, exactly. So for honestly anyone watching, the littlest things you can use to influence your work.
I think it's always right in front of you, but you just need to notice it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we didn't even notice that. It's been right under our nose, but we need to do that. Yeah, that's probably it. It's not very exciting.
I love that. It's very funny. And, you know, it's, you know, let's be clear. You are, you know, using your phone to create content that you enjoy, that other people are enjoying, that have now led to brands wanting to work with you and pay. Like, that's it. Completed it, mate. That's it. and,
cool.
and repeat. And but there's more. I understand that there's more to it. I understand that you've got a heart for charity, and I understand that you're collaborating. Or what's going on there?
YoungMinds.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a great charity, and it's something that, because of our audience, is so important for us to spread that message. It's all about mental health in young children and young adults as well. It's something that I struggled with a lot at school. I got bullied all through school, and you know, having a little bit of self-confidence is so hard for these young little people. They just don't they don't see the world in the same way as adults necessarily do. You know, the littlest things can really tear you down. So YoungMinds, I can't remember, was it your dad that put us in contact with YoungMinds?
It was my dad again.
And he kind of just said, like, look, you know, we're very interested in helping the charity. It's a really important message. And obviously it went from there. So we've done a couple of videos for them. We did a really nice Christmas campaign. It's one that stands out for me because I see Christmas as such a happy, amazing time. And when YoungMinds actually came in contact with us, they said, you know, we need to do a campaign about Christmas because for a lot of kids, Christmas is actually a very sad time. And that just broke my heart up. It even gives me goosebumps talking about it because some of the things that you live your life and you're so happy, you don't realise that there's so many people out there that actually associate that with such a negative feeling. Yeah. And it really broke my heart. But that's why we are so passionate about working with them, because it's just such an important thing to share, isn't it?
Yeah, and actually, like, working with them really helped us, because if we actually like deeped it, we wouldn't have done a video on near to Christmas. Because I remember we posted it, I think, the 2 days before Christmas. Done a video, because we're a comedy channel, we probably wouldn't have done a video about people who don't like Christmas, because we thought, well, everyone likes Christmas. Like, it wouldn't do very well. It wouldn't get likes. It wouldn't get views. Do you know what I mean? So then, obviously, when we spoke to them and we were like, yeah, we're going to do this. We'll just see how it goes. We're helping a charity out. I think it got over 100,000 likes and 1 million views. And it just shows, I'm not saying every person who liked that video is in that same boat, but it shows there is honestly a lot of people in that situation. And we were so glad to help them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that, guys. It's I think I saw in one of your interviews, your articles about, you know that your audience is younger. You've talked about not thriving on a younger audience, but actually trying to be I think you're great role models is probably the way you simply describe it, because you know it's very easy in a modern world to perceive this influencer, and I think influencers attract energy to themselves. But I like that you're putting it out, and you're with every view and every listen or watch, hopefully there's a little bit of light that goes back out, and with the support that you're doing for YoungMinds as well. It's great. I love to see it. It's been really good to hear more about your journey. Where are you kind of at now? Where are you headed? Like what does the future hold for Grayskitz?
I mean, it's been a crazy couple of weeks for us. Like, it's been absolutely mental. We've been so busy. And sometimes you get a bit lost in it. So we always have to, step back a little bit and make sure that we're still taking time for ourselves, because our mental health is important as well.
Yeah, of course.
But the plans for the future, I would absolutely love to write a children's book. And it's something I've been wanting to do for ages. So I'm definitely going to end up doing that. I just know it. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's just, we'd love to get into loads of stuff, wouldn't we? There's loads of stuff that we'd like to do.
Yeah, like we really want to get into coaching at some point, because I think at this point, I think we all know I just love my own voice, apparently. No, but yeah, we would love to get involved with that somehow, because I feel there is like a market for like me and Courtney who have actually done it. But I think we are, in a weird way, I know we wouldn't like to say it, but we do love to work.
Yeah, we do.
And even though we do a lot already, there's always room for more, or necessarily, I think there's room for more. And I would love to, while I'm still in it, while we're still creating content, be able to help people get to, I'm not saying they're not going to necessarily guarantee to our level, or but they could get higher than us, but to at least help them to, get a business out of it, of what we do. And I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
Because it's all about helping people, because we're very lucky, or whatever you call it, fortunate, or we're just hardworking to get where we are. But I would love to give back as well, if that makes sense.
100%, complete sense. And here's the secret: like there is no. I think through hard work comes fulfillment. I there is no let's not show up and let's not do the work. I think the secret is to find stuff that really matters and means something, and the stuff that you enjoy, because there are a lot of people out there that work till they're 70 almost, and they're miserable.
Yeah.
So if you found something you love and enjoy in your early 20s, then rinse and repeat. And if that gives you a sense of purpose and meaning to help others follow your path, then great. you're like, I feel very fortunate that I found my thing, and it sounds really cool that you're finding your thing too. So yeah, if I can help you along the way, it's this will not be the first, this will not be the last conversation that we have, I'm sure, my friends.
Lovely.
Where can people contact you? Where can they find you? Obviously, I'll add all the links in the show notes, but where can people contact you?
So yeah, our main obviously social media platform is obviously TikTok. We're Grayskitz, Gray as your surname.
Yeah.
And then obviously we've got our Instagram. So mine's Courtney.Reynolds X.
And _ Sammy Gray, keep it simple.
Yeah. We do have a YouTube. Never really got around to doing it, but we are going to end up doing it in the future. That's just Grayskitz. And then we're starting a Twitch soon as well, which is Grayskitz Official. But yeah, mainly TikTok. And like, you know, if you needed to like talk to us in like a business form, maybe email.
Yeah,
grayskitz@outlook.com.
Simple as that.
There we go. It's amazing. Something I asked all my guests, what does the phrase always better than yesterday mean to you?
I think always better than yesterday means no matter what's happened yesterday, tomorrow can always be a better day. That's what I think. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, I do kind of agree with that, to be fair.
Whatever sets you back, don't worry, because there's always tomorrow.
Yeah, because in our terms, I see that as sometimes, because obviously TikTok can be so diverse, we could have a bad day with views necessarily, but then that shouldn't take over to the next day for us personally.
Yeah.
And we always just come back as strong as ever and try and make people laugh.
Basically, never give up.
Yeah, exactly.
Simple, right?
Yeah.
Simple. Guys, thank you so much for your time. Be honoured if you'd leave us with a final thought from your good selves.
Well, first of all, thank you for having us. It's been lovely. I don't really know what to say. What do you want to say? You do for.
Yeah, thank you for having us. And all I'm going to say is obviously follow your dreams, no matter how old you are. You can be 10 years old, you can be 80, 90 years old. Just do what you want to do, because at the end of the day, if you absolutely deep it, you haven't got much time to kind of make an impact on this world. So make it happen.
Yeah. Make yourself happy, always.
Love it. Guys, appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, Ryan. Cheers.